Hey guys, how we going? How we doing tonight? Just right moment to come in, didn't you, mate? Hey, huh? You be. Oh, okay. So, so tonight we're going to be watching Outlander. It's available on Netflix. It's the 2008 movie, um, starring Jim Caviezel, Sophia Miles, Ron Perlman, sorry, Jack Houston, John Hurt, and Cliff Saunders, to name a few. I think this is a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, then I hope you enjoy it as you watch along with me. We'll see. Hopefully, you guys can hear me and see me and everything, and hopefully, it won't have the same issues we had last time with it freezing, because that was a pain in the ass. So I should have had this before I started the stream, but I didn't. And it's gone out. So yeah, this is going to be fun. I like this movie. Sorry, but a little bit of a late start, but everything is running. I just needed to make sure that Rumble was live as well as everything else. So we are on Rumble, YouTube, and X right now. It's cool. And hopefully there will be no issues tonight. So we have had issues, haven't we? So yeah. But had a fun few days with Rebel Moon and trailer coming out and Alien Romulus, which I didn't know about because I was asleep. So, but that's up and as a reaction to the Romulus teaser on the video now. Damn it, kettle boil. Yeah, all done. I have my coffee and yeah. This is a good thing because I'm actually going to quit soon again, at least try again. So it's good that they keep going out. But yeah. Oh, this is a fun little film combining aliens and Vikings and Viking mythology and legends. So yeah, it's a good sci-fi adaptation of the Grendel myth. Remember the Grendel myth from the Viking era? And the dragon, obviously. I hope this sounds okay because I've had to change my setup a little bit. The camera is not connected through a hub now like it was before because the hub seems to have been causing some trouble last night. So hopefully it'll be fine. There doesn't seem to be any issues with the internet tonight, which is good. Hopefully that means that the provider has fixed the issue. Not that they would can tell me. But that's British Telecom for you, right? But yeah, this is going to be fun. I like this movie. I've always liked this movie. And I'm looking forward to watching it. There was a scheduling issue. I selected the wrong time, like an idiot, for this stream. So hopefully you guys will come along anyway. And Steve, did you find the film okay? From the 2008 movie on Netflix? I hope so. I do hope so. Ooh. Should have put that plate in the sink, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah. I really need to quit smoking. Really need to. Let's get this up. Sorry about any noise on the microphone. It's the nature of the beast, right? So yeah, I mean, if you like these videos, then please, these streams, I should say, then please do like and subscribe or follow, whichever platform you're on. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to start the clock. Usual 10 seconds before I press play, because I advanced the film 10 seconds to allow the synchronization to work properly. Boom. Entertainment 1. I really do like this movie. And it's not too slow. It's got the perfect pace, in my opinion, to get the story across. And as usual, guys, let me know if you can hear it, because copyright reasons. Right. So, did you find it okay, Steve? Outlander. I should have used that for the fun now, really. Space. The final frontier. I'm joking. And the ship is damaged and it's crashing. Very, very... I actually used this as a reference when I watched 65. Remember that film, 65? Because 65 has a feel like it's a combination of this Outlander and After Earth. So it's like they combine the two stories to make 65. Norway, 709 or 709 AD. Can you imagine what it must have been like for people back then to see something like that? It happens to crash in a lake. Quick, gather up the fish. There's loads of them. You can eat for a week. I had a bout of insomnia last night, so I didn't sleep very well, but I managed to sleep at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I woke up about half an hour before Steve went live earlier at 9 o'clock. So I woke up at like 8:30, and yeah. Yeah, go and subscribe to Steve's channel, That Old Yorkshire Geek. It's some great stuff on there. There he is, in all his armour. Oops. That's not good, Steve. Had the stream paused and muted, and I was wondering why he hadn't come out. Come on. Yeah. Did you find the film okay on Netflix, Steve? If you use Netflix? I assume you do. Most people do. Beep, beep, beep. See, that's something that I find interesting. That's like an emergency beacon type thing, and it floats. So I wonder why they don't bother having it. So if a plane crashes in the water, why something doesn't cause it to separate from the plane in order to float to the surface in water? Obviously, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because people keep when planes disappear or crash into the ocean, if it's too deep, then the signal doesn't reach the surface, right? And they can't find it, and remains a mystery for God knows how long. Like that's I like the way that these aliens seem to have knowledge of all the worlds near around them. So it actually implants the knowledge for the languages and stuff into his brain, which is nice. Kapla. Oh, Kapla. 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 I would assume that it will actually implant the knowledge of the every language on Earth, which means that they've obviously been to Earth and spent time here. Maybe they're the Atlanteans. Mm. Some say that there are brothers of man. Weapon. Very ugly looking weapon, but it doesn't last long. Not an obvious burial site, is it? I think he knows that the Grendel is there. Because Grendel is an alien creature from a world that his people colonized, and when they colonize, I mean, you'll see it soon when he starts talking about his people and what they do. Don't worry, that's just a whale. You remember these are back in the days when they used to use everything. They would have used the bones to make tools and utensils as well, and jewelry. They would have used parts of the bones to carve into jewelry, which would have been cool. But it's back when some peoples used to actually respect things, unlike nowadays. I like the way that he finds the swords bent up and stuff. You lay down. You lay down. Hmm? You lay down. Well, you lay down, baby. Hmm? Yeah. See, the weapon didn't last very long. He lost it. Oh, interesting factoid. Um, the Vikings at that point, they never used to have horns on their helmets. Whenever they had horns on their helmets, it was more of a ceremonial thing, so they wouldn't actually use them in battle. It was just like a kind of just used as a headdress, basically. And also in Viking mythology, it's Yggdrasil. This is the tree of life. Um, they did actually used to build longhouses around the tree in some places. I think it used to be it used to be an oak tree. If there was an oak tree in the field on its own, they would build a town around it. I think there's a lot we don't know about Viking civilization, if you can call it that. Frightfully posh cut Vikings. Yeah, yeah. Training with sharpened swords. I mean, if you're training, why don't you use blunt swords? It would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, they have training swords. Kids would train with wooden swords, but I think adults would have trained with blunt swords because of the weight. Sophia Mars and the late great John Hurt. Oh yes, the late great John Hurt. She's lovely in this as well. I have a soft spot for the Viking era. I like the show Vikings, which is actually moving to Netflix soon, apparently. I think the only Vikings show they had was the sequel series, which was Valhalla, wasn't it? Which I'm not sure if they're getting another season of Valhalla. I don't think they are. You couldn't get into Vikings. How come? Well, there's two shows that you could do. I mean, and they're both going to end up on Netflix. I mean, you got The Last Kingdom, which was really, really good. But Vikings is actually very, very true to what we believe the Vikings were like. But The Last Kingdom is actually based on a real person. Obviously, his home, his castle, wasn't where they said it was. It's somewhere. It's further north, I think. The Last Kingdom is pretty cool. Not enough, not enough alien monsters and Asgard in it for me. But it's nice to see. I like to have some historical stuff. Um, I do like it. Got those bright blue eyes. Just stand out for miles. Bright blue eyes like that. They really do it for me. I'm joking. Or am I? Kanan. An island to the north. Is he? I wonder if he's talking about England. Because I think this would be before the Vikings discover England. Hunting dragons. I think with with Vikings and the Last Kingdom, I like the brutality of the realism. If that makes any sense. All right. Typical. Bailey wants to go to the toilet, so I'll be back in a second. Right, Abby, come on, let's get you out. Oh. Okay, maybe not. This closer. Yep, he's going. He wants to go then. It's not there now. There you go. Got to wait till the light come back on. Yeah, well. There you go. Do it for a minute. I'll tell you what, why don't you just risk burning the entire place down? Look at those blue eyes. Gondor calls for aid. Yeah. Right. Before it gets too cold, I've got to go and close the door. Good boy. Hopefully he will go to sleep now. Hopefully. Or not. Come here. Seal of the King. What are you up to? Oh, those eyes. Showing his military training. I think those shoes will be a bit too. Those boots will be a bit too big for him. I mean, obviously, he doesn't want to hurt any of them. If Gunnar comes tonight, he'll stick that blade up right up your ass. Actually, that blade doesn't sound sharp at all because you can hear as it's scraping along. You can hear where it catches, and the parts where it's catching is actually where it's not sharp, right? It's actually the damaged edge of the blade that catches on the stone, right? You smell that? Hmm. Hmm. I always like the way that Grendel glows. And they think that Gunnar is attacking. Get me my blade, woman. They need Beowulf. I think this is actually before Beowulf myth started. It might just be that Beowulf is in a different region. Oh, and I don't give up too much of what the Grendel looks like, which is really good. We do see it in its full glory, and I say it looks like an amazing alien. The thing is, I don't think he's too concerned about the fact that he got away. I think he's more concerned that he's got his axe, right? I would be. It's my axe. I love my axe. They're all right next to each other. Ooh. Oh, Morwin. That's what they call what he's called. It's a Morwin, but it's definitely going to be Grendel um, story. Legend comes from somewhere, right? Gunner's not there. Grendel will come into it, by the way. There's a flashback to his home. I'm trying to remember if this came out before or After Earth. I think it's after. I'm going to quickly have a look at IMDb. Yeah, After Earth came out in 2013. So there's aspects of this movie that I would say come they're involved in stay out of the room in neutral zone. Yes. It's like the civilization that he comes from could almost be the same civilization from After Earth. Almost. But in After Earth, they're humans that left Earth because Earth was becoming aggressive to humanity, wasn't it? It was basically killing people. But the idea where the alien is on board a ship and it causes the ship to crash on Earth is the same, only a different, only it's a futuristic film instead of this one. And I'd say that there are definitely comparisons to be made. The only After Earth I like is a Titan AE. Oh yeah, Titan AE was a good film. Good soundtrack too. How you doing, Wind Grace? May Odin keep them. He believes him now. Some more win. I didn't. I didn't watch the new X-Men episodes. I watched a lot of the old ones, but it wasn't really my thing, to be honest. X-Men. I think people are concerned about the DEI involved and the controversy. Was it the guy that is it the showrunner or something, producer, director? I can't remember. Um, it's a bit of controversy around him because he has this. He had a OnlyFans page, doesn't he? And he got fired as a result of it, and other thing among other things apparently. But I don't know much about it. Yeah. Well, they've got to use something as an excuse, haven't they? I think it was something to do with the content of the OnlyFans, among other things, right? OnlyFans is not just the cheeky, naughty stuff. No. But why would someone earning so much money need an OnlyFans? Because, I mean, OnlyFans is a subscription based content system, isn't it? So you can't watch it unless you subscribe to them, right? I mean, I haven't looked, so I wouldn't know. I don't know about OnlyFans. Don't really want to know, to be honest. Might set one up and get oiled up. Remember in the early days when people used to actually put a webcam up and they used to iron their clothes in their underwear? I think Home and Away did a story on it, didn't they? When they back in the day, in the early days of webcams and stuff. You can have a free OnlyFans. Not really, not sure why you would. Lol. Yeah. OnlyFans has been controversial for a while though, hasn't it? You don't have hot tubs. The horse's head came falling out of the trees. That's where he buried his commander. The bear wouldn't do this. It's here. Ah! That's just a bear. There's a place near you that does hot tubs, Steve. And it looks like the chat box is frozen again. Drove by it yesterday when I took AD bowling. Change the creature to a predator and Bob's your uncle. That sells hot tubs or just lets you use them. And they take the head. Don't worry about the rest of the body because they would have used the body for food and oil and stuff, right? Because of the fat. Because of the blubber. Oh, I forgot to mute my phone. Hold on a second. It hasn't gone off, but better be safe than sorry. Apparently the Acolyte trailer has been hated by many people. I can't remember how many. It was 88,000 people liked it, and I can't remember how many people disliked it. Or was it 90,000 liked it and 88,000 disliked? I can't remember. Canaan! Yay! Sells them, I think. Just saw it as we zoomed by it, just under the speed limit. Yeah, right. Just under. Perhaps. When does Ray Winston turn up and say, I have come to kill your monster? He doesn't. Sword for a name. Just bring it back in one piece. And yourself too. Ah, shields. Kanan, Kanan, Kanan. You remember that film Vikings, where they would run along the oars when the ship came into the fjord before it came into dock? It's kind of like that, where they have to run on the shields. Ooh. Why would you even need to try that? Jump with somersault and land on the shield. Okay. No. Shield broke. Advert. I thought Netflix was the only one that I remove adverts on. Huh. Okay. When does Antonio Banderas turn up to help them deal with the windows? Yeah. I've got adverts. Well, let my ears breathe a bit. Advert 2 of 3. Just gonna keep mentioning Viking films you remember. Okay. No worries. I have ads. Well, I thought it was Disney that I had ads on, not Netflix. Then it's back up. Hopefully that. I think that's the. I hope that's the only lot of adverts. I'm seeing a lot of yellow marks on the Netflix bar. I'm hoping that they're chapter marks. Gonna have to change that. It's Gunner's Men. It's Gunner! Mm. Saturday night's alright for fighting. Yep. Oh, yeah, speaking of Saturday, Harris has agreed to go live with us on Saturday, so we're going to be working on arranging that. We're going to be talking about the Acolyte trailer and the Acolyte, among other things, including the Rebel Moon trailer and the teaser for Alien Romulus. Could be fun. They're gonna. You forgot the you forgot that Perlman was in it. Yeah, there he is. With his hammers. Hmm. Morbin took the dummy. Why does he sound Scottish in this? It does. He has a bit of a Scottish accent, doesn't he? If you're enjoying this video, this stream, please do like and subscribe, or follow whichever platform you're on. It seriously helps us out. So when Dakota Douglas and Tony Curtis turn up and start fighting with Falcons. Yeah, that used to be my mum's favourite film. Vikings. Got it on DVD somewhere. I think you're in for a surprise. Uh-oh. Mowing. Yeah. Ouch. There we go. So when you see lights floating about in the trees, don't go towards them, because that's waiting for you. No, that is a Morwin. No, you're not gonna leave. Gonna hunt it down and kill it, like Vikings do. The Outlander is correct. And Messenger 911. Donald Trump is Jesus Christ. Just because we were taught something and believe it all our lives doesn't make it the truth. No, doesn't make it the truth. As on Rumble. Deck. Mm. Postals. What do you need postals for? Posts? What else do I need postals for? A lot of weird chat messages from Rumble. Either people like that or somebody hawking their services. Yeah, probably. We never know. Mhm. So that's the if that's the entrance to the village, then how did I get out? Just saying. Through the tradesman's entrance. Yeah. I like to think that that was Grendel, the baby being born. I can't remember in Viking mythology wasn't is Grendel Morwyn's child? I can't remember. But the mother looks nothing like Angelina Jolie. Oh no, it wouldn't. I think this is where he starts talking about what happened, and his people. I'm back. Sorry, I was just making a bunch of Rumble accounts. uh, you know what those ships remind me of? Remember in the Rebel Moon trailer when those ships are coming over the mountain very at low altitude, where I say in my video that I actually like that part when they're flying low. They're very similar ships, right? They look very similar. Just saying. That's a Rebel Moon Part 2 trailer reaction, I should say. Oh. Yeah, bulldozed it. Hmm. Really? Be safe. Hmm. I like the aesthetic in this film. gives him her father's sword, the Sword of the Kings. Oh, bloody advert again. It's only one advert, 25 seconds. Ah. Swords ain't got nothing on harpoons. No. They certainly don't have the range. And the advert is now over. Back to the film. To say no, he's just walked out the door after being given the sword. Priest. We're in sync. Cool. Cool. Except the time is wrong because it's a couple of minutes different because of the ads. Can't pause the clock, unfortunately. So, when do SG-1 turn up looking for Thor's hammer? Yeah. When James Earl Jones shows up. Why didn't he tell anyone? That's what I want to know. I mean, you'd think he would tell someone, right? It's there. It just wants tummy rub. Yeah. Oh god, here we go. Yeah, you recognise the Latin? Fake Latin. The equivalent of the priest in War of the Worlds. Yes, basically. That's supposed to be oil, right? Can you swim in oil? Because I don't think it's like water, is it? It's not like swimming in water, is it? Which War of the Worlds? The original 1953? I think it was 53. Was it 53 or 52? I can't remember. Lara swims in lava in Tomb Raider 2. Well, we see it a lot with Steve playing in the game. Bloody hell. Bloody game. See, that's why it's Grendel. The baby that's not so much a baby anymore. 53, yeah. That's where I got my intel. Mm. Bloody game. Exactly. Hopefully there'll be a chat burst in a minute. It don't always burst my chat, but when I do, it's on Sci-Fi Quest. Well, it's not me bursting it, it's Streamlabs being annoying. Oops. That's not how you get ahead in life, right? And see if I have missed any chats on YouTube. No. But so Plan B. Yeah, Plan B. There is no Plan B. Is there is no Plan B. Oh, look, it's a Sword of Kings. Broken Sword of Kings. The Handle of Kings? The Hilt of Kings. Or the Hilt of the King. Something like that. Well, the last promise he made was to his family, and that didn't work out very well, did it? Promised that they'd be safe, and there were no more wins left. Boy, was he wrong. Anyway. I'm not sure they had dragon scale armor back then, though. I get the feeling, the sense that dragon scale armor was later. You need dragons for that. I'm sure you know what I mean by dragon scale armor. And you're just being funny. Blood. This might be an obscure one. So, when does Donald Sinden turn up looking for the Wales graveyard? Struggling now? I know that I recognise that reference, but I can't think. The lake. Island at the top of the world. There we go. I can't remember the last time I saw that. Funny that relates to your favourites. 'It's very clear water for a lake, right? It's not a swimming pool at all, is it? Lightweight metal? Titanium? Nah, couldn't be titanium, could it? Space titanium. Morwyn is there. Behind you. Tritanium. Maybe. Unobtainium. Or maybe trinium. Yeah. What about trillium? Trillium alloy, maybe. Where did I get trillium alloy from? I'm sure I heard it somewhere. I can't remember what film it is or show. Oh, I know. Trillium D. Enterprise. Yeah. Knew I got it from somewhere. What? Ugly sword. And unusually big and long for a Viking sword, right? So here's the funny thing. Out of that, he could have made two swords, right? At half the size. Or a sword and maybe some spearheads. Just saying. Or arrowheads, even. Like, it's funny that you say Trillium is Enterprise, and I did actually say that just as you typed it. Hey guys, just a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and please do follow on any other platforms. Um, and feel free to tip should you choose. The link is in the description or pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Should be in the Rumble chat as well. But yeah, got some great merch in the merch stores, so take a look at those as well if you fancy it. Beryllium carbonate, carbonic or carbonite alloy to infinity and beyond. Yes. Beryllium carbonic alloy. Interestingly, it didn't take long to do that to build that sword. Um, as far as I'm aware, it takes at least a number of days to forge a sword, especially from um, an alloy such as whatever that is. Maybe low temperature burning, maybe. A volcano. Hmm. Elven swordsmith. Yeah. Yep. And the Grendel. I like to call him Grendel, by the way. Mithril, of course. Yeah. Just waiting for the chat box to catch up. At least the camera hasn't frozen. Oh, I hope I haven't just jinxed it. Commentator's curse. That guy had a harpoon. Did you see it? He's got a barbed arrow on a barbed tip on it. Call Josh Temple quick. See, look, see it? See? The barbed tip. That's a harpoon. That's the difference between a harpoon and a spear, right? Is that it's barbed. Like a fish hook used to be before they banned barbed fish hooks. I think that's just fresh. Ah, advert. It's only a 20-second advert, so 17, 16, 15. This is frustrating. Because it looks like there's a few to come. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Looks like we're going to have another advert soon. Cups, hands, and mouth to mouth. Council of Josh's assemble. Assemble. Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish. Yeah. I used to enjoy fishing. I have. I think my record is £29. I think no, £28 for a fish. That's a carp. Apparently, we're not allowed in the UK. We're not allowed to fish for salmon unless we do fly fishing, and I don't like fly fishing because it's not as relaxing as coarse fishing, in my opinion. I want to do some sea fishing. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, wind grace used to tie flies. What was that? Back before the day they invented a zip. Just kidding. Green blood, predator, 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 predator. Used to go carp fishing at a place nearby. Can't now. Miss it. Yeah, the rules and everything are getting pretty ridiculous. A lot of fishing clubs have the rights to the fishing, and there's not many places that allow it other than private lakes, and most of the time you have to be members of them as well now. But it's one of those things, I guess. When I lived in Wales, I knew the family that ran the fishing place. They had a nice. They had a mythic. They had a myth there or a legend of a ghost carp. You know, ghost carp. It's just a white carp, right? And they say that it's up to £40 in weight. I've hooked something big there before, with line that should have been perfectly fine to catch a 30+ pounder, but every time broke my line. They stopped doing day tickets. Yeah, that's because of the clubs. All the clubs and everything that are around now, they're just ridiculous with not letting normal people who don't want to be members fishing. The licensing fee is ridiculous now as well. So we can't even go to a private lake without a license. And the Environment Agency, they want you to have a license, even if you fish on a lake that's on your own land. They want you to have a license to fish. License fee is it's a license. It's a rod license basically. You have a license that dictates how many rods you have. So I used to have 3 rods, but I only fished with 2. And the minimum you can have is 2 rods on a regular license. But whenever an environment agency person came around and checked my gear, I'd always say that the third rod is not for fishing; it's a bait rod. It's a baiting rod. It's got basically a bait bomb on it instead of a hook. I say that's a feeder, whereas the other 2 are fishing. One is one I used to fish from the bottom with one, and then I had a little one for just float fishing. Because sometimes it would take a while, and I used to catch loads on the little float rod, but it's meant for a little tiny thing. But I don't know what their regulations changed in that now. I think so. It's hard to say. But they like to try and license everything in the UK if they can. I'm pretty sure that there was a time when the BBC tried to include, you know, the internet, streaming services, every streaming service. They wanted to include that in the TV license at one point, which is wrong. And ITV very nearly outbid BBC for the TV license once, and when the BBC discovered the reason that ITV wanted the licensing rights was so that they can abolish it. When the BBC found that out, they came back with a higher bid than they budgeted for. No, but we do between. Normally, we'd have the program and then ads before the next program. But normally, there's no advertising. There shouldn't be advertising during the show or movie. But to be honest, if they did away with the licensing fee and put adverts during shows and movies, it would be a lot better for them. You know, they wouldn't have the problem. They'd probably get more money and less grief. I still can't believe that the BBC tried to replace the TV license with a general tax. Yeah, that does sound wrong. I mean, we don't. They've never usually had um, ad breaks during shows, but no one really likes the BBC here at the moment. Anyway, they're too. I mean, it used to be an anti-political organization or corporation, but then all of a sudden it's the government's go-to company now, which means that it became political, right? And it's controlled, and they regulate what they do. Um, it's like not calling terrorists terrorists. even though legally they're designated as terrorists by law, right? It's a very woke corporation now, company, whatever you want to call it. It depends on the context. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a strong woman. There's always been strong women in movies. It's just that lately, in the last 15 years or so, women just seem to be able to do things without training or anything like that, which is ridiculous. Yeah, they're woke. Yeah, but this is before woke became a huge thing, right? 2008. I mean, I don't remember noticing that much woke stuff before 2010, to be honest. And even then, it wasn't as often as we do now, right? But we've always had strong women in movies and stuff, so I don't understand why they're complaining about it. It may be woke, but it's not DEI, right? I like the braces on the wrists. I think it's braces on the forearm, isn't it? Is it braces on the forearm? I thought greaves were for the legs. There's actually a physical reason why they used to have those on their wrists as well, because it's kind of like the same as what we would have a splint type thing. It's to support the wrist, right? It's not to support the arm; it's to support the wrist. So I mean, I can't remember. You might be right. It might be Greaves. It might be Greaves. Yeah, Greaves are for the legs. They're for the lower legs. So braces are the arms for the arms. Braces. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. I thought they were for the legs. I just checked on Google. So. They should change that in cricket. The pads, the leg break pads, they should actually be called greaves. To be honest, because that's what they are. I really do like this film, and the fact that he's got his family's bodies with him on the ship. I think he was taking them back to their old home before they attacked the Morwinds. Just gonna let her drop to the bottom of the lake, saying goodbye because now he's going to marry Sophia. I don't need fancy greaves. General ones are fine by me. Yeah. Well, the fancy stuff is mostly ceremonial anyway. So he's going to shut off the homing beacon, the distress signal. Just as the ship is arriving, you can see it moving there in the sky. You may have stretched it too far, yeah. Maybe. It's the thing I don't understand about this film is the ship is there, right? The beacon was broadcasting when they arrived. So when he destroyed it, why did they fly off? They're there, right? So why didn't they land anyway to find out what happened? I wonder where they filmed this because it has a feel of where they filmed a lot of stuff in Vikings, but you'd think they would have a nosy about anyway. Exactly, exactly. They've obviously been to Earth before because that machine managed to program all of the history and languages of of Earth, right? So they've been there anyway. So maybe it's because it's a primitive. Yeah, maybe it's a primitive culture. So because they're human, they won't attack and destroy them or something. Maybe. Nova Scotia, is that where they filmed it? Factoid time. Eh? The Viking village was built on a farm near 9 Mile River, Nova Scotia. Yeah. I suppose they couldn't go to Scandinavia or anywhere like that, right? Some scenes were filmed in the Bay of Islands, Newfoundland, as it possessed an inlet that served as a fjord for the film. Yeah. Oh, just remembered that later on I've got to make a video for the House of the Dragon season 2 and Rings of Power season 2 as well. That'll be fun. Rings of Power, fun. I think House of the Dragon season 2 is supposed to start in June. I think. I can't remember. But there we go. That's it. It's done. That's over. What do you think of that film? 'Cause I really like that film. It's not one of my absolute favourites, but I do really like it. Uh, why did they release trailers? No, there are some around. I think. I'll check. I'll go to the source for everything entertainment, IMDb. I'm pretty sure. House of the Dragon. Pretty sure season 2 has a trailer. Yeah, season 2 has a little trailer. I think it's based on the book Fire to Fire, maybe. It's when Dragon War starts. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the trailer that I was thinking of. And season 2 starts. I hate it when that happens. Well, I haven't got the date on there. I know it's supposed to be starting soon. Now, season 2 release date. I'm sure it's soon. Yeah, June. It's set for June. No specific day yet. But I suppose we'll get one at some point. But House of Dragon does have a trailer for season 2. I think it came out recently, I think. It may not be in, but there is a teaser at least, I think. I guess the best way to look would be to look on YouTube because that would be where it would appear, right? Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure there's something. There is a trailer on IMDb, so I'm gonna look at. Oh, do I not have Amazon on there? I can't see it now. There is a new trailer on IMDb though. Be under videos, I suppose. Suppose. I can't believe it's been 2 years since the first season came out. 2022. I'm pretty sure it's like a 1 minute 13-second trailer. I'm pretty sure that's the new one. It won't show. It's not showing a date for the trailer. Yeah, official trailer on Max. It's HBO trailer. Came out. When did it come out? I don't think it's that new. Hold on a second. 3 months ago. It's an old trailer, but it's season 2. I can't remember. I think I did do a video for it actually. I think I did. But while I'm here, I will subscribe to Max because obviously it'll be nice to see something new. Rings of Power. Season 2. I'm sure there's a teaser for that somewhere as well. Fairly recent. Fairly recent. Sorry, typed in on. It's supposed to be Rings of Power, not Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power Season 2. Bit trailer. Yeah, the Season 2 trailer came out 4 months ago. Oh, that's YouTube English, so it's might not be official. But I'm sure that there was something. Have a look at this a second. I'm going to mute this quickly. Not sure. There was something. I remember seeing something, so I'll look for it. I will have a look for it. Anywho, time for me to go to bed. Great stream, as usual. 99. All right, night, Steve. Take care. Disney adds new time limit rule to theme parks. Guests must leave to avoid fines. Bastards. Produced by Chris Roberts, Commander fame. The film Wing Commander, I quite like that. It reset the stream chat, so weird. I'm gonna hide the chat box for the moment because it's not showing an updated chat. So, well, go put your nightcap and dressing gown there. Okay. Right. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I do like that film. Hopefully you did too. If you watched along, like maybe you didn't, maybe you just wanted to chat. That would have been perfectly fine too. So yeah. Right, so I'm going to end it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you please do like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please follow me on the other platforms, Rumble and X. And it really helps us out. And please, if you fancy supporting the channel, do click the link in the description below for the Streamlabs tipping page. You're free to do so. It's your choice, guys, your choice. And there is a couple of links in the description for the merchandise paid sites as well, where you can get some really cool stuff. So yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys, and yeah, take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you. Great movies. Later, guys.